Hey folks, welcome to Cooking with Stephen and Jacqueline. Today we're going to be frying extra crispy wings using no eggs and no milk. Yes, you heard it right, no eggs and no buttermilk. So let's sit back and enjoy the ride.
So folks, let's go make us some extra crispy wings, and here's our ingredients.
So you will need chicken wings, S.P.G, hot sauce, cayenne pepper, oregano, all-purpose flour, oil, and your favorite seasoning rub.
So guys, here I have about 2 to 2.5 pounds of wings, which I separated the drumettes from the flats. First, we're going to kick it off with a bit of heat by adding 2 to 3 tablespoons of a hot sauce. This is optional, of course. And if you're not all about that heat, you can add a couple tablespoons of mustard and you'll be fine. Next, we're going to lightly sprinkle a bit of S.P.G, which is salt, black pepper and garlic powder. And you know it's all about those layers of flavor. Next, we're going to throw in 1 to 2 teaspoons of oregano or any seasoning of your choice. Last but not least, for some more heat, we're going to add 1 to 2 teaspoons of cayenne pepper, and this is optional. Now that we have gotten all our seasoning down, we're going to give this a good old mix and let everybody get nice and happy in that party. And remember guys, just use this recipe as a guide. Season the wings however you like. So folks, now that everything is all happy in the party, it's time to let those wings marinate in the fridge for about 2 to 3 hours. But before we go there, I just want to show you guys the star of the show. Here I have a vodka rub which I won from our Lunacy Queuing. I will have a link to his channel in the description box below and also in the iCards above. I want to say thanks my brother for sending this out to me. So we are going to let these wings sit in the fridge and I'll bring you guys back when we are ready for the next step. Well, in a miracle of time, 2 hours has gone by. Now we're going to season our flour. Here I have about 2 to 3 cups of flour which I'm going to season with some cayenne pepper, 1 to 2 tablespoons. And this is optional. I also added the remaining of the oregano to the cayenne pepper. And of course you want to season the flour with some S.P.G, that is salt, black pepper and garlic powder. Take a fork or spoon and give this a mix and get all those seasonings incorporated in that flour. As you can see, there will be no eggs or buttermilk used in this recipe. Now this method will be only using our seasoned flour and water. I have watched a couple videos on how to do this, so we're going to give it a try and see if it really turns out crispy. First, you want to drop those wings into that flour and get them properly well coated. Now that we have gotten the wings into the flour, we're going to get it all nice and cooked. Now of course we're going to use our hands to do this. While doing this, you want to take each wing and give it a gentle squeeze to make sure you get that flour to stick to those wings. After doing this, you want to place the wings into a colander.
Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button and click the post notifications for more.
Well folks, this is where it's going to get interesting. We're going to submerge our wings into some water. You just want to gently give them a swirl around in that water to make sure everybody gets nice and happy. After a couple minutes, it's time to remove the wings from the water and let them sit there for a couple minutes for the excess water to drain off. While this is going on, your oil should be preheating until it reaches 350 degrees Fahrenheit. By this time, all the water should have drained out from those chicken wings. So folks, now it's time to dunk them in that seasoned flour one more time and get them all nice and coated. This is where you just want to add half the amount of the wings to the flour and give them a good old toss with your hand one more time, and make sure and give them that gentle squeeze to make sure that flour sticks properly to those wings. When you've gotten them all nice and coated with the flour, you want to place them on a plate with some parchment paper and let them sit for about 5 minutes before you put them into the hot oil. So I'll meet you folks by the stove when we come back. So here we are folks at the stove, and we're going to check our oil temp. We are reading at 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and this is the temp that we are looking for. By this time you can see that our wings are looking a bit rustic, and this is what we are looking for. Now it's time to place our wings in that hot oil. Make sure and lay them away from you when doing this. By doing it this way, it will help prevent the hot oil from splashing up on you. Because trust me, you don't want to get burned by that hot oil. Here I'm just gently tossing some oil over the exposed flour, and this will help start to cook that crust. I tend to do this as I am not actually deep frying, and here you can see how nice and crispy that crust is looking. Well folks, this is the first time I'm actually trying this method, and it looks like we are on to something here. After about 5 to 7 minutes, it's time to give your wings a flippy flip. The key to not getting an overly dark crust is to keep flipping your wings about every 3 to 5 minutes. So folks, I'm going to continue cooking this off camera, and I'll bring you guys back when it's time to check that internal temp. Well, now it's that time to check our internal temp. We are looking for internal temp of 185 to 195 degrees Fahrenheit. So I say it's time to get those drumettes out of that hot oil, and there you can see that lovely golden crust that we have achieved. So I'm going to get the rest of them out of that hot oil off camera, and I'll bring you guys back for the next step. While our drumettes are still hot, we're going to drop them into the bowl, and we're going to kick up that flavor. And here's where the magic is going to happen. Now we're going to heat it up with our vodka rub, and this is where the rub is going to stick nicely to those wings as they are still hot. Here I'm just flipping the wings over and make sure that they get properly well coated with that seasoning. After you have seasoned the wings, you want to give them a good old toss in that bowl, and here you can hear how extremely crispy they sound. Well, this looks like the new way I'm going to be frying my wings to get them extra crispy. So we're going to place our drumettes back on the rack, and then we're going to fry the flats off camera. I'm going to bring you guys back when we are ready to season the flats and get ready for plating. And in the miracle of time, our flats are all fried up. So now we're going to hit it up with that vodka rub one more time. And let me tell you, I taste this seasoning straight out of the bottle, and it is fantastic. So once again, I want to thank Al Lunacy for sending me out a couple of those rubs. I will have a link to his channel in the description box below. So let's get these wings all plated up and get ready for a drive-by. Let's go!
So boys and girls, here's our delicious extra crispy chicken wings, and it was so tasty. I hope you all enjoyed the video. Like, comment, and don't forget to subscribe and turn on the post notifications for more videos. See you all on our next cooking journey, and we're out until next time.